Hey everyone, just want to say welcome, and it's good to hopefully see all of you clicking on this. Hopefully you don't see my face and think, wow, this is the last thing I wanted to see on a Friday. But it's good to almost be back. I had a lot of work to do this past week in getting the pod ready, so hopefully you guys have made it through the first week of Pod 3, so welcome through that. Also, I just wanted to use today to kind of touch base with you guys just to recap what's been going on. So as you know, Mr. Anderson and I were out last week, and then I was out this week. I'm on paternity leave looking after our little peanut, Ava Lee. I'm going to be back in full swing next Wednesday for class. So next Wednesday, we will have regularly scheduled classes, and everything will be back to normal. So thank you for your compliance in going through the assignments and making sure that everything's turned in. On that note, just some other announcements. I realize that some of you have noted that in the gradebook some of the things aren't showing up as being graded. I am in the process of still grading everything since I've been off. I try and go on and grade as much as I can in my free time there. So please note that if you are having any issues whatsoever, please don't hesitate to contact me and to let me know, hey, something's not right, you need to fix this, or am I missing something, or something like that. Because just remember, this is the end of Pod 3 coming up in 2 weeks, and then that's it. Quarter 1 is done, and report cards are being sent out. So you want to make sure that everything is A-OK in terms of your grade book and your assignments. So thank you for your continued work. With that, some of the things that we have been looking at this week is something called hegemony. And hegemony is the idea that once you've done Tuesday's assignment, is the idea that there is a superpower or one power that controls all others. So in this case, we're looking at the United States being the hegemon of the world, so the single sole superpower. Now we know in the past, before World War I and around World War II, there were other countries. It was called multipolar hegemony, in which there were a lot of countries that were powerful. So think of it, if you have a group of friends and you have one friend that's kind of the leader, they would be the hegemon. If it's everybody shares like an equal amount of power, but everybody's pretty cool with that, then that's a multipolar hegemony. And that's something that we had in the past. So what we're looking at today is the idea of American foreign policy, because once you become the single superpower, people think that you owe them something. Or likewise, the country thinks that it needs to go out and to help others, to police others. And this is kind of going into the interdependent talk that we talked about in the last pod. So what we're looking at here is, in terms of American foreign policy, do you think that it is really important, as discussed in the article on Thursday, that the United States' current foreign policy position on war and how we go into war is important today in terms of, does it work? Is it something that we should definitely keep working with? And it's something that former President George W. Bush, who was president before Barack Obama, he said that we need to preemptively go in and attack somebody. So we kind of had this talk about Syria at the beginning of the year. Now, the foreign policy aspect that he brought up is that it's important to preemptively go in and attack somebody because they are a threat to you. Now, that's not necessarily true for all nations, but the United States has taken that course of action in the past couple wars, including Iraq and Afghanistan, and even talks about doing it for Syria, to preemptively go in and try and stop anything that's happening. So, the exit ticket for today, what I want to hear from you guys as we wrap up this video of the things that we've been talking about this week, is do you think that the United States foreign policy should focus on this idea of preemptive attacks? So for example, if we found out tomorrow that Russia was going to go to war with the United States or one of the United States allies, is it our responsibility as the hegemon of the world, the sole superpower, that we should go and we should preemptively attack them? It's a stance that we've taken since we have become the almighty superpower that we are today. So what I want you to do is email me or Mr. Anderson the answer to that question, and then once you're done with that, you are free to go have an awesome weekend. And I hope that you do that. And if you have any further questions, please throw them our way to Mr. Anderson or myself. We can't wait to be with you in class again on Wednesday, and we hope that you have an awesome weekend, guys. Take care.